Hi guys, how you doing? Right, we'll leave Tom till last and Sarah Data, but I just want to briefly talk about Parliament and what happened the other day. I'm glad that happened because they needed it. Now, I used to like the Speaker of the House actually. He always came across firm but fair, educated, and never used to put up with none of this woke nonsense until the other day. Oh dear, snakes always reveal themselves in the end, don't they? But he did apologise, he did own it, so I suppose we can take a bit of a positive out of that, but I just hope he's learnt his lesson and won't do it again, or replaced, maybe the better word. But then again, apparently that Chris Bryant could take over and he'd be 10 times worse, so let's hope that doesn't actually happen. The education system as we know it is flawed, especially at Eton. Eton's obviously, as you know, a college, university, whatever you want to call it, for the upper class, for certain, training them for certain parliamentary work and other things. But just like the education system in public schools and other places, they don't teach their students the facts. They don't teach the students both sides of the coins. And the reason why these Nazi marches have been allowed to go ahead for so long now and before in history as well is because Eton especially do not teach the very people that are going to be working for us and looking over the country, if you like, or being in charge of the country. They don't teach those people the facts. For example, back in the day, obviously you know about the Crusades, but you're not told the true side of the Crusades. Now, before the Crusades, the Middle East and those sorts of people that are invading our country now, as we know, history is repeating itself again, sadly. We never learn, do we? And what happened was they invaded us first. They took our women, took our children, raped them, beheaded them, chucked them out to sea, terrorised our neighbourhoods, marched around London or whatever else disgusting things they used to do. The Crusades were a reaction for what happened to us first. Why is it so hard for the education system to admit that? What are they scared of? Why didn't they do this right from the beginning? Because, like I've just said, history is repeating itself. But why is it repeating itself? Why isn't the education system and the police and Parliament taught the facts before? It just, to me personally, it just doesn't make sense, because we could have stopped history from repeating itself decades ago. If we'd had Tony Blair and the likes of him would never have been allowed near Parliament or a job in that sort of position. It's really, really mucked up, guys, but I do feel that there is a bit of a shift coming, and I don't bank on anything happening just yet. It's going to take a lot more work, but at least some of these MPs are finally feeling, just getting a bit of taste of what us public have to deal with on a daily basis. So let's hope positive outcomes from now on, but I'm not banking on it. Like I said, I mean, the police just stood there and allowed Nazis to just put a projector thing on Big Ben. I mean, come on. If that was me, Tommy Robinson, or any other person of our political leaning, if you like, we'd be paraded around, gaslit, somehow sprayed with pepper spray and arrested and charged. But no, the Nazis don't have any of that, do they? Oh dear, what a flawed country we live in, hey? But anyway, rant over about that. And oh, actually, wouldn't it be better, let me know your thoughts, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that's thought about this. Wouldn't it be better for if anyone who is running for Parliament or a job within public figure or public whatever, shouldn't they be made to live as a working class person first, so that they can feel how we feel, struggle like we struggle, see what we see and hear what we hear, and put up with what we have to put up with, and then go to Eton, so they've got a more fair balance, really ready to do their job once they pass their exams. I personally think that would be a better approach and wiser approach to more positive, successful politics in future. But the chances of that happening is absolutely zero, because these people don't think like common sense we do. Anyway, moan over about that. Now on to this Tom geezer. This is the Tom that lied about Dan Wootton and is all involved in this defamation along with Sarah Data regarding Dan Wootton. Now, thankfully, Dan's been cleared. We always knew he would be. It's just, what a waste of police time and resources. And really, the police should have known better. Some could say that Dan's just reaping what he's sown. In a way, we all have to reap what we sow. And Dan was very naughty, and he will admit this in time. But he took the side of Amber Turd and really hounded Johnny Depp. So some could say, yes, he's just reaping what he's sown. Because like I just said, we all have to at some point in our lives. But I don't think he deserved everything that he got. And I'm just glad he's been cleared, and I'm glad he's got a good support system around him. And I really do hope his lawyers aggressively go for Sarah Data and her handlers, because sadly, Sarah Data, the reason why she puffs out her chest is because she does know people in high places. She's very in with the Democratic as they call it, the power party. So that's why she's been allowed to get away with it for so long. And things hopefully will change from now. Sarah Data's just a narcissist, quite an extreme one actually, and just puffing out her chest thinking she's invincible because of obviously who she knows. That's never a good idea really, is it? Puffing out your chest just because you think you have some sort of authority over people. No, it will backfire spectacularly, and this is what's happening to Data now. Anyway, this Tom, what's it say? Interest in 24 hours. I am proud of my work with Dan Evan writes. We stand by public interest journalism and will never stop in our fight for justice on behalf of good people who have been wronged. The hypocrisy is vile, don't you think, guys? Absolutely despicable. How these people can deflect and make out that they're doing good when all the time they're doing bad. It's absolutely pathetic, don't you think? But anyway, guys, I've got to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you soon.